last week's edition of POV.
I almost wish that we didn't give any attention and credibility and focus on this story because, well, let me ask you this. Do you think that giving these people media coverage increases the number of people who do things like this?
Okay, but how can we talk about that because it's what we're doing?
Well, we are excluded. But no, that's what but we're not. You're right, you're right.
There's a difference between hearing those minute details and then discussing it in retrospect.
What is different about it?
It can open your eyes to some of the details that maybe you can watch for later. Open your eyes to the fact that there's a whole new kind of crazy going on in this world.
But I think I would rather not know.
Ignorance is bliss.
Maybe. I mean, if somebody's going to get on a bus that I'm on and shoot us all, I'd rather just not be going, oh, somebody can get on our bus and shoot us.
There is a whole nother kind of crazy going on, though. That's well said. It's scary.
It's the violent crazy.
Well, all right, how about this? Because this is another thing that I looked into for the show. We talked about the happiest places to live, the worst places, the best places, and I did a little research. It's no secret that Mississippi we have some serious problems in regards to health, obesity, poverty, and you had mentioned that. And it is listed on several lists as one of the worst places to live. We can go down that road, we can't. But what I wanted to tell you is that Mississippi is second in the nation for giving. We are the second highest givers.
And isn't that interesting? Because we were going to talk about this today. We're so high in poverty. Mm-hmm. We have so many people living below the federal poverty line. Yet we're second highest in giving.
Well, I want to know what percentage of what we give is to the church.
Do you know that?
No, I don't. That's going to be my next question.
Maybe somebody will email us that information.
We could email us. Yes.
Yeah, we have. You're going to flash this up here right now. POV at VicksburgDailyNews.com. And here's what we want. We really would like for you to do our research for us.
That's right.
But other than that.
In a Word document, preferably, because PDFs you can't change.
And send it to us the day before so we have time to look at it.
I like it.
At least 24 hours. Just call me right now. You want me to tell them what we want?
Yes.
We want questions, comments, and snarky remarks.
Or snarly remarks. Were you snarky first or snarly?
Well, first it was snide.
Okay.
And then it got turned into snarly. And then you had a typo, and you typed it snarky.
Yes.
And I liked Snarky Remarks because it was 2 Ks.
I like that, yeah.
Isn't that alliteration? Well, not really, because it should be the first letter, but in a weird...
It's a point of view
Robyn
alliteration.
Yeah, there we go. Okay.
Yes.
So you want to talk about the whole poverty thing?
Sure, let's do that.
So this was in the newspaper today. It was an editorial. Kids count data stirs interest on both sides of the political aisle. And what caught my eye about it is it was about how many children in Mississippi are living below the federal poverty line, federal poverty level. So I went and looked some stuff up. And it says the latest edition documents the fact that 22.4% of all Mississippians live in poverty. 22%. That means there's 1, 2, 3, 4 of us sitting here. 1 in 4 of us. Basically, that's what that translates to. How come you're not saying anything?
Because I would be a real jerk to say that I really appreciate you buying my water for me today because I'm in school and I'm having a tough time. That's why I have this look.
He just gave us a note.
Yes, he
did.
did.
Topic, and we have a lot to talk about.
We do, but we're going to have more.
It's going to be a long last topic, sir, Mr. Director. Okay, so I looked up some statistics.
Good.
Did you?
I did.
Okay. So I wanted to know, because it said it also documented is the per capita income disparity between the most and least affluent Mississippi counties. Madison County has a per capita income of $31,517, while neighboring Holmes County has a per capita income of $11,585. And that's usually on a, if I'm not mistaken, it's usually the per capita income is based on a family of 4.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I could be wrong about that.
Well, I like it. We can
Maybe
go with
somebody
that.
will send us a snarky remark
Right, about
that.
what per capita income is
How could
based
4
on.
people live on $11,500? Don't you wonder that?
I do.
I mean, even in Mississippi, that's not a lot of money.
I think that it is hard to really even wrap your head around. I mean, we are because we're thinking about it, but when you think about living on that little amount of money and how many people are living in poverty, we just, it's hard to even have a clue what that really means.
It is. But you know, when I read this, and you and I did talk about this week, although we don't talk about most topics that we
try
bring up
not
on
to.
here, because we want it to be spontaneous. But this was so interesting, and I told you earlier, the first thing I read about was, that I thought about, was, does that mean that we're not happy? Does it mean that we're not happy? Because, and then remember I said, well, define happy. And you said, oh, I'm going to look some stuff up on that. Because I thought, well, this could be some statistician sitting up in Washington, D.C., looking at a 37-story concrete building and driving home in 3 hours of traffic, and we have a great quality of life here. You know?
And I think that these pages that I looked at and these lists, they mostly are based on, with this worst and best place to live, it is about, for instance, access to health care, amount of health problems, whether there are jobs. So it's not necessarily about happy, it's more about opportunity. And I would say that it's true that we do have some areas where we're limited, but I'm going to look it up further, but I don't think Mississippi is necessarily the most unhappy state.
I think it's a great place.
I'm enjoying it.
You know, I moved here 6 years ago from New Orleans. Great place to visit. I'm not a city person. The quality of life here is fabulous, right?
Absolutely.
How long does it take you to get from where you live here?
4 minutes and 32
Yeah,
seconds.
it takes me about 12 minutes, and I live 15 miles from here. I mean, you just can't beat that.
Well, I'm obviously going slow. If you get here and it only takes you 3 times longer than me, and I can throw a rock and hit my house from here.
I come when there's no rush hour traffic.
Okay.
I come at early in the morning.
Yeah, because that Bazinski can get
It can get snarly. It can get snarky. Okay, I have a question.
Yes.
Last time I asked you a yes or no, I'm gonna ask you a fill in the blank this
Okay.
time.
Oh, lovely. Okay.
Sedentary lifestyle and excessive TV watching can lead to what in men?
Celibacy.
ED.
Y'all are both wrong.
I do think it could lead to celibacy, though.
I am not having that discussion.
What does it?
Low sperm count.
Well, then it's a good thing that it's celibacy. If you're a productive kind of a person, you could be disappointed.
I'll see you next week.
I'll see you next
I'll try to look it up.